This video will discuss exceptions to screening checks in FUDSChem, including when an error can be changed to a warning or cannot be resolved. For more information on screening checks, please refer to our Screening Checks Overview video, linked in the description. To see which screening checks apply to your project, go to Reports, Environmental Setup Reports, Active Screening Checks. Select the project. Leave both Error and Warning selected in the Check Type dropdown, and ensure the status is set to Active. We can then narrow down the list to only show screening checks for certain data types. We will select EQAP. Click View Report. This report lists all applicable screening checks. It indicates whether a check is an error or warning, which data type it applies to, what it looks for, and how to resolve it. When entering and screening data, you can click the number of errors or warnings to see which checks were flagged. For more information, please refer to the troubleshooting videos, linked in the description. After reviewing these resources, if there is an error you still can't resolve, reach out to your Synectics point of contact. Some checks may not apply to certain projects, and with USACE approval, we may be able to change these into warnings. However, other checks are necessary to ensure that the data can be read by FUDSChem and eventually transferred to eChem, the database of record. Some checks have built-in exceptions for certain method groups. We go over these in our Best Practices Laboratory Limits video, linked in the description. Some fields are screened multiple times throughout the life of a project. For example, there are screening checks that run during the EQAP setup, lab submission, validation, and DUA steps to make sure that the lab reporting limits are in the expected order. If an error was previously changed to a warning for the EQAP, and the same issue is flagging an error during a later step, reach out to your Synectics point of contact. They will notify the USACE project chemist and may be able to change the error to a warning. In other cases, if a reasonable resolution to an error cannot be found, it may be changed to a warning, provided that it will not affect the project's measurement performance criteria. To request an error to warning change, please reach out to your Synectics point of contact and provide as much information as possible in order for the data to be discussed thoroughly. Your point of contact will elevate the error for USACE review at both the district and program level. If USACE approval is granted, your point of contact will switch the error to a warning for your project. They will rescreen the data so that the error becomes a warning, then immediately change it back to an error to avoid letting other data through unintentionally. Once the data is ready to certify, please do not rescreen it. Otherwise, the error will reflag and the process will need to be repeated. Note that changing errors to warnings may impact future processes in the system. For example, changing certain lab submission errors to warnings may require some of the data to be validated manually. Lastly, please note that while warnings will not prevent you from certifying your file, they are still items of interest, and resolving them will improve your product for your client. Additionally, warnings may be evaluated for implementation as errors in the future. Don't forget to subscribe to the FUDSChem YouTube channel for more tutorial videos. All of the tutorials and playlists mentioned during this video are linked in the description below. Lastly, if you have questions or comments, feel free to contact us at fuds.support@synectics.net. Thank you.